Welcome to the Bogart Effect, a wealthy wisdom podcast. Please see important disclosure information at the end of the presentation.
So, Misty, why don't we spend a couple of minutes talking about different ways of withdrawing off of a portfolio? You know, the most commonly discussed ones are an income-only approach. There's a systematic withdrawal approach, and then there's a bucket approach. Why don't you elaborate a little bit on what is an income-only approach?
Yeah. So an income-only approach, I think, people just assume they're going to live off of whatever income is spun off of their portfolio, simply put. Now, that's probably easier said than done for some people, going back to whatever their income needs are. So if their income needs are a very small percentage, then it can be easier to do income only. If it's a little bit higher, we have to look at different investments to be able to spin off that 4% or 5% or 6% or whatever somebody is looking to need. And sometimes people don't understand the relationship of knowing if I need a 4%, what does it take to get that level of income? Or they might be chasing income and say, well, this investment's paying me 7%. So why don't I just put my money in this, live off the 7%, and I'll be good for the rest of my life. So there is a component of risk that we'll talk about later to that income. But the idea is your portfolio spends off exactly what you need. Now, obviously, inflation and things like that come into play as well, but really just living off of that, whether it's using a stock portfolio or a bond portfolio.
Misty, I love what you just said there. To do an income-only approach means that your investment strategy is...
The previous presentation by Bogart Wealth was intended for general information purposes only. No portion of the presentation serves as the receipt of or as a substitute for personalized investment advice from Bogart Wealth or any other investment professional of your choosing. Different types of investments involve varying degrees of risk, and it should not be assumed that future performance of any specific investment or investment strategy or any other non-investment related or planning services, discussion, or content will be profitable, be suitable for your portfolio or individual situation, or prove successful. Neither Bogart Wealth's investment advisor registration status nor any amount of prior experience or success should be construed that a certain level of results or satisfaction will be achieved if Bogart Wealth is engaged or continues to be engaged to provide investment advisory services. Bogart Wealth is neither a law firm nor accounting firm, and no portion of its services shall be construed as legal or accounting advice. No portion of the podcast content should be construed by a client or prospective client as a guarantee that he or she will experience a certain level of results if Bogart Wealth is engaged or continues to be engaged to provide investment advisory services. Copies of Bogart Wealth's current written disclosure brochure and Form CRS discussing our advisory services and fees are available upon request or at www.bogartwealth.com.